What is going on, aliens? I'm Mike Rosa, and if you didn't know, back in December 2020, I went across the world from Boston, Massachusetts to Istanbul, Turkey to Dr. Cinik's hair hospital and got an FUE hair transplant. They extracted 4,350 grafts from my head. It was honestly one of the best decisions I ever made.
Like old times.
My entire experience was incredible. I got off the plane, they picked me up from the airport, they brought me to the hotel, they brought me from the hotel to the clinic, they did the procedure, they brought me back to the hotel, and then the next day they brought me from the hotel back to the clinic for my aftercare, and they just did the entire process so smooth. The entire team was excellent. They were incredibly hospitable. I had such a VIP experience. No matter where you live in the world, I recommend you travel to Turkey and check out Dr. Cinik. He did such an incredible job with me. I mean, check out these hair gains. They're real. It's absolutely unbelievable. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I still can't believe I have hair now. It's truly such an incredible feeling. And if you are someone who's self-conscious because you're losing your hair, do something about it. There are options out there that work, like getting a hair transplant. It truly is life-changing. I am so much happier. I'm so much more confident now, and I just wish the same feeling for anyone who went through what I went through. I was losing my hair at a very young age. I started losing my hair early 20s. I'm 27 years old now, and it was just such an incredible thing for me to do for myself. It's something you do for you. You don't get a hair transplant for anyone else other than your own personal happiness, and that's why I am so excited to make these types of videos, because I know it can help a lot of you feel so much better, because it is just one of those things. Losing your hair sucks, and so many people have a problem with it, and so many people don't believe there's actually something you can do about it. I'm living proof. It's wild. If you're looking for more information about getting a hair transplant, make sure to check out the first big comment and video description for a direct link to Dr. Cinik. They have a whole landing page, an alien landing page of my experience, which also highlights all of my YouTube videos that I made covering my entire journey. I have a whole YouTube playlist of hair videos that you should 100% check out if you're interested in getting the procedure yourself. The video series starts off me actually traveling to Turkey the day before the hair transplant, how I'm feeling, why I'm doing it, and then the actual transplant day itself, the next day of the hair transplant, all the aftercare and procedures that they recommend and everything that goes along with the whole process. And then I have videos going all the way up to a year after I got a hair transplant, where you can see the real results of my entire journey, from before the hair transplant to a whole year after getting a hair transplant, and what it looks like. The results are insane, they're real, and it's just so freaking cool. There's no other way to put it. I am so happy with my results, and I hope you have the exact same experience, and that's why I recommend Dr. Cinik. And now let's go over the actual topic of today's video. How long should you wait to work out after you get a hair transplant? I mean, that's one of the main questions I ask. As a workout junkie and someone who's always exercising, that's definitely a thought that comes into your head, like you're getting surgery on your head. When can you work out again? I break this down into 3 different recommendations, which were recommended to me, which is what I actually did, which is what worked for me. I don't have to keep saying it works, because check it out. But for real, the first 3 days after your hair transplant, so day 1 after your hair transplant to day 3 after your hair transplant, you do not want to do any exercise. Think about it. You just had surgery on your head. Your scalp is very irritated. You do not want to have sweat dripping into your scalp. You don't want to do anything that could expand your skin. You don't want to do anything that could scrape your skin. They literally had me wearing a hat after my transplant, so the sun wasn't directly hitting my head. It's very important the first 3 days after your hair transplant that you're being very cautious about what you're doing, so you're not overexerting your body, you're letting your head actually recover. But that doesn't mean you can't do anything actually. You don't have to sit inside, you don't have to be immobile. I explored Turkey the day after my hair transplant. I wasn't gonna sit inside. I've never been to Turkey before. I wanted to see as much as I could, and it was such an amazing experience. So you can walk around, you can do your errands, you can do your normal day-to-day stuff. You just don't want to actually be exercising because you don't want to be exerting your body. Your scalp just went through a big procedure, you had surgery on your head, you need to allow recovery time. But that being said, 4 days up to 2 weeks after your hair transplant, you can start doing light exercise. You don't want to be doing anything overexerting or causing you to sweat too much. You still need to allow the newly transplanted grafts to settle in, and that takes about 2 weeks after your hair transplant. So your scalp is still recovering. Remember, you still had surgery within a 2-week time frame. You may have been awake the whole time. I was awake for 7 hours for this procedure, but that doesn't mean that it's not as intense or as serious as a surgery where they put you under. You still had trauma done to your head, and you need to let it recover. So the first 4 days up to 2 weeks after your hair transplant, you can be doing light exercise. Just don't go too hard, don't sweat like crazy. If you are a big sweater like I am, make sure you take it easy and don't overstress your body. So to me, that was excellent news. 4 days after my surgery, I was able to get back into the gym. I was able to do some light exercising again. Now, when can you get back to your normal workout routine? When can you really start pushing yourself, trying to progress, get to that next level, start dripping sweat again? You need to be waiting at least 2 weeks after your hair transplant. Obviously, some people, if you're still feeling some type of irritation, wait a little bit longer. Be smart about it, listen to your body. But overall, the recommendation and what I did myself, I was back to working out hard 2 weeks after my hair transplant. Now, even though you have the green light to start working out hard again 2 weeks after your hair transplant, you still want to be cautious. You still want to make sure you're listening to your body. If you need some more time or your head's still irritated, you need to take some more time. I had no irritation, I had no discomfort, I had zero pain 2 weeks after my hair transplant. And that's really important to understand. If you're still feeling discomfort or still have pain, then you may need longer than 2 weeks to start working out hard again. You gotta listen to your body. Everyone is different. But overall, the recommendation and what I did myself was start working out hard again after 2 weeks, and I had zero issues with that. But even though you got that green light to start working out hard again after those 2 weeks, you wanna make sure you're not doing anything that can physically irritate your head. You don't wanna have anything that can be scraping your head. You don't wanna be scratching your head. You just wanna make sure that nothing's coming into contact with your head that could potentially stretch the skin. Your scalp is still healing, so you still need to make sure you have that recovery time until it is fully healed. Now let's recap on the 3 different phases of recommendations post-hair transplant surgery in terms of working out. The first 1 to 3 days, don't do any exercise. You can walk around, you can still do your day-to-day stuff, you can even go explore a different country like I did. But you don't want to be doing exercise, you don't want to be putting extra stress or strain on your body. Now 4 days up to 2 weeks after your hair transplant, you can be doing light exercise. You don't want to be overstraining your body, you don't want to be sweating too much, because remember, those newly transplanted grafts are still settling into your head, which takes about 2 weeks. So light exercise for up to those first 2 weeks, and then after that 2-week mark, you can get back into your intense exercise, you can start sweating again, you can be pushing yourself, you can get back to your normal workout routine. Just keep in mind, you don't want to have physical touch to your head that's going to potentially irritate the skin or potentially stretch the skin, which could sabotage your hair transplant surgery. I hope you aliens found this video helpful. If you are looking for more information, if you're looking for a free consultation, if you're looking to get the actual hair transplant yourself, hit the link in the first comment in the video description to get connected with Dr. Cinik and his team. They'll hook you up just like they did with me. And one more time before I end this video, I just want to preach it again. If you are getting a hair transplant, make sure you're doing it for you. It is about your happiness. There is nothing to be ashamed about. I talk openly about this because I went through the entire experience myself, and I am so happy I did. I've had incredible results, as you can see, and my happiness level, my confidence level skyrocketed because I did this. I wish you all the best, aliens, and I do highly again recommend that you check out my entire YouTube series on my hair transplant journey. It's pretty freaking cool. And if you're skeptical about traveling internationally like I did, if you live in the United States and you're like, why would I go to Turkey? It is way cheaper going to Turkey, and I've heard way more success stories about going to Turkey than I have in the US. I do recommend you travel internationally. For the experience, it's incredible. For the results, it's incredible. And Turkey is actually known for being #1 in the world for hair transplants. Dr. Cinik has got you covered. Make sure to smash the thumbs up button for me and click that notification bell right next to subscribe so you don't miss any new uploads from me. I got more hair gains videos coming. I'll see you in that next video, aliens. Peace!
Together we got power. Let's just rap.